Chapter 41. The captain is more seriously possessed. You are listening at novelfull.audio. 524. Huge damage values floated over Lu Kong's head. Lu Kong only felt severe pain all over his body and a biting chill. His body was penetrated by ice spears, and a big hole appeared in his mail armor. As for the 100-point life shield, it was broken immediately. Lu Kong felt a little scared when he saw that there was only 2 digits of blood left. Fortunately, he was not careless and used the shield scroll immediately. Without this 100-point life shield, the attack just now would have killed him instantly. The damage of this ice gun skill is too high. He didn't have time to think too much and quickly used a bottle of excellent level trainee treatment potion. The powerful impact of the ice gun caused the ice on Lu Kong's feet to shatter. Lu Kong regained his mobility and immediately hid behind the bunker. However, Lu Kong discovered that Bing Shou seemed to have lost the ability to cast spells after releasing the ice spear. The 1.4-meter little demon mage was panting, waving his staff, shouting and rushing towards Lu Kong. His staff swung heavily towards Lu Kong. 4. Lu Kong. Bing Shou. There was an awkward silence in the air. Lu Kong smiled ferociously at Bing Shou and waved the flaming sword in his hand. Normal attack. Blow. Sweep. -85. -101. -250. A high amount of damage popped up on Bing Shou's head. The final blow dealt a critical hit, a full 250 points of damage. Bing Shou's remaining blood volume was instantly cleared. The robe on his body was torn, revealing his thin body, and he screamed and fell to the ground. It turns out, the person who is about to die, is me. As Bing Shou finished his last words, 3 blue light groups floated from his body. Lu Kong sat down on the ground and breathed a sigh of relief. It was so thrilling just now. Fortunately, he was well prepared, not only the scrolls of weakness, but also some other types of scrolls, coupled with the legendary weapon Flaming Sword obtained previously, as well as the attributes and skill levels that have been improving during this period. In this way, Lu Kong managed to kill the Ice Hand. If it were anyone else, I'm afraid hundreds of players would have to join forces to defeat this thing. No. Hundreds may not be enough. With the damage dealt by the Ice Hand, any ice arrow can instantly kill the player. Moreover, Bing Shou's defense is actually very strong. Lu Kong is holding a legendary weapon, and he is equipped with a full set of level 6 green equipment. Coupled with such a powerful amplification skill of fighting spirit, Lu Kong's normal attacks can only cause more than 80 points of damage. Ordinary players may not even be able to break through the defense. This kind of leader can only die with his life. Lu Kong shook his head. It is estimated that few of the current players are even at level 5. It will probably take some time before they can fight this kind of boss. Lu Kong rested for a while, then stood up and picked up the dropped items. Unfortunately, there is a system reward for killing the boss monster only for the first time. Otherwise, attribute points and treasure chests can be used for free. Lu Kong smacked his lips, a little disappointed. He used the primary skill stone to once again increase his fighting spirit. Fighting Will, level 5 passive skill. After entering the battle, all your attributes will be increased by 50%, 50% increase in growth rate. Coupled with Lu Kong's own powerful attributes, he is simply invincible. Lu Kong felt that he was stronger again. As for skill books and potion formulas, Lu Kong sent these 2 things to the small group with Wang Bing and Lu Chang. Wang Bing, Lu Chang, almost instantly, just as Lu Kong expected, Wang Bing and Lu Chang sent a series of question mark greetings. Lu Kong could imagine their expressions when they saw the information on these 2 items. He grinned. Daily tasks, appearance in front of people, 1/1, Wang Bing, father, no, biological father. This skill book also has the formula. If you sell it to me, you must sell it to me. At this moment, Wang Bing, who was leveling up in the mountains, turned red with excitement and his body was trembling slightly. Mage group attack skills. I have a special code, you must get this. The 3rd princess is a mage. As the only beta tester of the Daxia royal family to enter the game, it is conceivable that the 3 princesses may even ascend the throne and proclaim themselves emperor in the future. If this skill book can be used by the 3rd princess, then Wang Bing will be the popular one in front of the princess in the future. Moreover, as the 3rd princess of Daxia, when the future game era comes, she will definitely stand in front of the people of Dacia and lead the people of Dacia to fight against the invasion of evil spirits. This means that the third princess must always have strong force. This skill book is the best proof of force. Wang Bing's eyes were already bloodshot. If that old boy Lu Chang dares to rob him this time, he will directly sue his mother. Let's see how His Majesty deals with this old boy. As he thought about it, a sinister smile appeared on Wang Bing's face. The Blackbird Army players on the side saw Wang Bing's eyes full of bloodshot eyes, grinning ferociously, looking like an evil ghost, and his mind was filled with questions. They looked at each other and looked at each other. It's over. The captain's evil has become even more serious. Isn't it too much pressure? It was mentioned above that the 3rd Legion will elect a Legion leader after level 10, and our captain wants to compete. It's not that stressful. With our current equipment, other teams will compete with us. We are definitely the core team of the 3rd Legion. There's no need to think about it. Why is that? I don't know. Why don't you go ask? Go away. Why don't you go ask? On the other side, Lu Chang was following his leveling group to gain experience, because he also bought a lot of green equipment from Lu Kong. His leveling group's equipment was also not bad, and they could basically get a full set of green equipment. In addition, the players in the leveling group were all masters, and the efficiency of killing monsters was extremely fast. Even if he didn't do anything, his experience would increase. It won't take long before he feels that he is almost level 6. At this moment, Lu Chang also looked at the 2 items in the chat room with a shocked expression. As the chairman of Tianyue Group, a large group that can be ranked in the top 30 in the world, Lu Chang is also well informed and has a stable mentality, but even he had a very strong heartbeat when he saw these 2 items. The skill of Cold Wind Impact is enough to make a magic god player in a short time. And he is a mage. With this skill book, his monster killing efficiency can be greatly improved. And the potion formula is even more needless to say. As a businessman, Lu Chang has a very keen business sense, and he can naturally see how valuable this formula is. Lu Chang took a deep breath, and was also determined to get it. This thing must not be given to Wang Bing, the stinky boy. No, how about chatting with the good son-in-law privately? Why can't I post photos in this broken game? Otherwise, let the good son-in-law see the beauty of his 2 precious daughters, then this son-in-law can still run away. If there is a good thing, wouldn't it be better to let the good son-in-law honor himself directly? Lu Chang was heartbroken. Just when Lu Chang was about to take the initiative, a message in the chat room made Lu Chang's pupils shrink. Wang Bing, Mr. Lu, don't fight for this skill book. That one is a mage. Seeing this news, Lu Chang fell silent. If this skill book is a skill book for a priest or an archer, even if Wang Bing said so, he would still fight for it. After all, it is for his precious daughter. Formal competition. Even if His Majesty knew about it, he would be a little angry at most, but he would not say much. Lu Chang still believed in His Majesty's generosity, but if it was for himself, Lu Chang hesitated. For his precious daughter, even if it made His Majesty angry, Lu Chang would not hesitate, but for himself, Lu Chang felt that it was not worth it. He sighed, and then said, "Okay, I won't fight for the skill book, but you have to give the price to my son-in-law. You can't cheat my son-in-law." Wang Bing was relieved when he saw Lu Chang's news. He knew that Lu Chang was a mage, and he was afraid that Lu Chang would fight. Seeing the news about Lu Chang, Wang Bing was furious and muttered, "Damn it, that's my adoptive father. How could I possibly cheat him? This old guy is trying to put me on the spot in front of my adoptive father, right?" Wang Bing, Mr. Lu is a righteous man. I definitely won't cheat my adoptive father. Just name a price, and I won't say no. Chapter 42, The Greatest Sorrow is a Dead Heart. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lu Kong looked at the messages from the 2 people, raised his eyebrows, and was a little confused. Who is that person they are talking about? Why are they still playing dumb? However, according to the identities of the 2 people, that person should not be an ordinary person. As for who it is, Lu Kong is not very interested in knowing. After thinking about it, Lu Kong said, 500 gold. Wang Bing, Godfather, is your price too low? How about asking for more? Otherwise, I feel a little uneasy holding this skill book, that this is a rare group attack skill of the mage in the early stage. You can imagine how precious it is, and this skill can be used for a long time, and its value is far above the equipment. To be honest, 500 gold is a bit low in the eyes of Wang Bing and Lu Chang. Lu Kong is a little speechless. What's wrong with Wang Bing? Why do you often ask for a higher price? Lu Kong thought for a moment and said, then let's go with 600. Wang Bing, okay. Godfather is so straightforward. Lu Kong, and the formula, what do you say? Lu Chang, Wang Bing, I won't give you this formula. Wang Bing, Mr. Lu, you see, the formula of the potion is a strategic resource, why don't you give it to our military? Lu Chang, bah. Don't give me that, my Lu family also has people in the military. If I buy it, you can rest assured that the price I give to the Suanio army is definitely the cost price. But I will definitely not give it. Seeing that Lu Chang said so, Wang Bing also understood that he could not suppress Lu Chang this time. However, the potion formula is too precious, and Wang Bing also wants to fight for it. He took a deep breath and said to Li Ming, who was killing monsters, "Old Li, come here." Li Ming was startled and retreated. "Captain, what's wrong?" Wang Bing didn't say much, and directly sent him the information of the potion formula privately. When Li Ming saw it, his eyes almost fell out. What the hell? What the hell is this? His loud voice immediately attracted the attention of the Suanio army players nearby. Wang Bing glared at them. What are you looking at? Go and kill your monsters. He looked at Li Ming. It was dropped by my godfather. Do you understand what I mean? Li Ming swallowed hard, his eyes full of heat. This formula must be a treasure. We have to get it. This can be the foundation of our 7th team. The problem is Lu Chang. He and my godfather are also in a cooperative relationship. Li Ming's eyes widened, and he was very angry. Old Lu is too much. I will take people to smash his Tianyue group. Wang Bing glanced at Li Ming. Okay, you go now. Li Ming, the two stared at each other, and the atmosphere was a little awkward. Li Ming laughed dryly. Captain, I'm not joking. Can you not take it so seriously? He is not a fool. The Lu family is the top family in Daxia, and Tianyue group is also a tax giant in Daxia. How could he really take people to smash Tianyue group? He wants to die. Wang Bing rolled his eyes. I thought you really had the guts. Li Ming grinned. Then I, Xiao Li, must be more courageous than you, the captain. Wang Bing felt that something was wrong, but he didn't quite understand what was wrong. He didn't think about it anymore. Let's talk business. Contact the other leaders of the Suanio army and notify the higher-ups to ask them to approve some gold coins. I don't think we have enough. Li Ming, he looked confused. No, Captain, don't we still have 1,000 gold coins? That should be enough, right? Wang Bing posted the skill book information of Cold Wind Shock again. Li Ming widened his eyes again. Fuck. Fuck. Godly skill. The Suanio army players next to him looked over again. Wang Bing glared, and they all shrank back, but they looked at each other and whispered. Why do I feel like the deputy captain is also possessed by evil? Yeah, it's really evil. As they were talking in low voices, Li Ming looked at Wang Bing, breathing rapidly. How much is this? Wang Bing made a 6 with his hand. 600 gold. My godfather originally said 500 gold. I really couldn't bear to let my godfather sell it so cheaply, so I asked him to raise the price a little. Li Ming was almost moved to tears. Damn, my godfather is really my god. This magic skill is only sold for 600 gold. He is really, I am crying. Wang Bing nodded. Right, godfather is really too good. Li Ming, Captain, you are also very good, you actually bought me this magic skill. Li Ming is just a mage. Wang Bing. Hearing Li Ming's words, Wang Bing looked at him as if he was looking at a fool. Li Ming, you didn't bring your brain with you when you went out today. What the hell are you thinking about? This magic skill is bought for you. Do you deserve it? Wang Bing couldn't help it and started to spray immediately. Li Ming. He looked incredulous. Isn't it for me? Wang Bing sneered, want it? Li Ming nodded repeatedly, like a chicken pecking at rice. Go and talk to the third princess, and ask her to give it to you. Li Ming, that he just remembered that the third princess seemed to be a mage too. Wait, Li Ming's eyes suddenly widened, he thought of something very serious. The third princess is a mage, and he is also a mage. Will he not have a share of any awesome things from his adoptive father in the future? Li Ming was numb. There is no such thing as deleting an account in this game, there is only one account, you can play it or not. Of course Li Ming didn't dare not play, but how the hell do you play this? There's no way he can grab something from the third princess, right? Li Ming's eyes turned red. Wang Bing was a little dumbfounded when he saw that Li Ming actually cried. Old Li, you are not like that, are you? Don't cry, it's embarrassing. Li Ming rubbed his eyes, feeling extremely sad. Captain, do you think I can use good things in the future? Wang Bing thought for a while and shook his head sincerely. I can't, forget it, just cry. Li Ming. He took a deep breath and said, I'll go to the person in charge and communicate the situation. The greatest sorrow is the death of the heart. Li Ming's heart died at this moment. Go ahead. It's really uncomfortable. Just cry. It'll be okay. We won't be embarrassed. Wang Bing patted Li Ming on the shoulder and comforted him. Thank you. Lu Chang on the other side also knew that this was a tough battle. He also said in the chat room, good son-in-law, I also need to turn over some funds. Lu Kong raised his eyebrows when he saw the two people talking so seriously. He originally planned to sell some gold coins casually, as for mobilizing troops and mobilizing people like this. Lu Kong, don't be so exaggerated, right? Just give me a price that I can accept, and you can accept it too. Wang Bing, father, how can that be done? This is a sophisticated pharmaceutical formula. Think about it and you know how precious this thing is. How can you sell it casually? I don't agree, Lu Chang, there's nothing wrong with what Wang Bing said. We can't let our family suffer. You say so, good son-in-law. Wang Bing, 6, Mr. Lu, you are so thick-skinned. Our adoptive father didn't even say that he would be your son-in-law. Don't you feel ashamed if you say that every day? Lu Chang, I don't talk to my righteous grandson. Wang Bing. When he thought about it, he was called Lu Kong's adoptive father, and Lu Chang was called Lu Kong's son-in-law. After all, wouldn't he be his grandson? This made Wang Bing very angry. This old guy actually took advantage of me. I'm so angry. I have to get the formula this time. Otherwise, I'll be a dog. Chapter 43 Bold Evildoer. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lu Kong watched the two arguing and didn't bother to think about it. Then you decide what to do. I'll kill the monsters first. After resting, Lu Kong planned to continue spawning monsters and upgrading. The boss monsters have nearly 100 times more experience than ordinary monsters. After killing 2 boss monsters, plus a large number of elite monsters, Lu and Kong are very close to level 7, at this rate, after clearing the entire imp camp, he should be close to level 8, in this way, it will be very fast to reach level 10. Lu Kong's goal today is to destroy the entire Little Devil camp and complete the old village chief's mission, so, Lu Kong held the flaming sword and continued to kill monsters. Now Lu Kong can even bring 2 teams of little devils to fight together at once. With the sweeping skill, the monster spawning speed is extremely fast. Moreover, with level 5 primary regeneration skills and the addition of healing potions, Lu Kong's blood volume has always been healthy. Not long after, Lu Kong defeated nearly 100 little devils. Nearly 100 little devils brought Lu Kong 2 tiny skill stones, 10 attribute stones, plus various green equipment and scrolls. Lu Kong used tiny skill stones to upgrade primary regeneration to level 6, but then higher level skill stones would be needed for further improvement. Lu Kong had no choice but to use tiny skills on sweep, and upgraded sweep to level 2, sweep, level 2, swing the weapon and launch an attack on all enemies in front, causing 170% damage. Cooling time, 10 seconds. It has to be said that the strength of the sweeping skill is much higher than that of the heavy attack, upgraded by 1 level. the damage increased by 20%, the only drawback is the cooldown time. Even so, since it can be done in groups, Lukong still plans to main level up and sweep next. Lu Kong had used both skill stones and attribute stones, and was planning to continue fighting monsters, fill up the remaining grids, and then go back to sell a wave of equipment. At this moment, Wang Bing and Lu Chang sent messages one after another. Lu Kong took a look and found that they were ready. Lu Kong, I'm planning to go back. You can go back while bidding. Wang Bing, okay. My adoptive father has the final say. I bid 500 gold coins. Lu Chang, that's it. 700. Wang Bing, 800. Lu Chang, 900. Seeing the two people bidding, Lu Kong was a little dumbfounded. The price of this formula was higher than Lu Kong imagined, and it was 900 so quickly. You must know that the cold wind shock only sold for 600, of course. This has something to do with Lukong itself not planning to increase prices. The bidding is not over yet. Not long after, Lu Chang got 1,002 gold coins. Wang Bing's eyes turned red. When he saw the price, the amount Li Ming obtained from above was only 1,000 gold coins. In addition to the 400 gold coins left in their hands, the most they can offer is 1,014. Looking at Lu Chang's posture, 1,014 might not be enough. Wang Bing was a little dumbfounded. Not only Wang Bing, but also Li Ming, who had been paying attention to the situation, was also dumbfounded. What the hell? Tianyue Group is so rich. We can't compare with them. Wang Bing gritted his teeth. No. Try again. That he continued to bid. 1,003. Lu Chang said calmly. 1,004. Wang Bing, fuck. Lu Chang, boy, money is no match for you and you start to curse. Wang Bing. Lu Kong, brother Wang, how about we forget it? Brother Chang is one of the richest people in Daxia after all. To be honest, he himself never thought of selling it for so much money. It's not that Lu Kong thinks it's not worth the money, but his purpose in specifying the formula was just to make Daxia's strategic reserve stronger. As for how much it could be sold for, Lu Kong hadn't thought much about it before. Wang Bing was silent and hesitant. At this moment, Lu Chang continued. By the way, in addition to 1,004 gold coins, 10% of the profit from the sale of the medicine will be given to you, my good son-in-law. Lu Kong, brother Chang, there's no need. The price is really too high. To be honest, I never thought the price could be so high at first. Lu Chang, no, it's settled. We're not sure yet about the effect of this potion. If it's very effective, you might lose money even if you sell 1,004 gold coins. How could your old father-in-law let you take this medicine? Deficit. Lu Kong also fell silent. Although Lu Chang kept calling him his father-in-law, Lu Kong didn't take it too seriously, but I have to say that Lu Chang was really attentive to him. Lu Kong was silent for a while, and finally nodded. Since brother Chang said so, I won't refuse. Just keep it in your heart when others treat you well. Wang Bing also didn't expect Lu Chang to be so courageous. He sighed and finally shook his head at Li Ming. No more. When Li Ming heard Lu Chang's price, he couldn't help but sigh. It's not unreasonable for Director Lu to be able to run such a large group. He's so willing to give it up. Yes. Lu Kong, you two just have one item each, so it's considered complete. I'm going back now. You can trade when you come back. Oh, there are also some green equipment, let's trade them together. Lu Chang and Wang Bing both responded well. Lukong uses the scroll to return to the city. With a flash of white light, he suddenly appeared in the square of Novice Village. The next moment, a big head appeared in front of Lu Kong. He was startled, stepped back and saw that it was Lin Yingying. Lu Kong was a little confused. Why are you still here? Lin Yingying smiled proudly. Waiting for my godfather here. Lu Kong. He was a little dumbfounded. You have been waiting from just now until now. He just went to kill monsters. It has been 2 hours, right? Has this guy been waiting here? Lin Yingying nodded. Yeah, this goddaughter will never give up until I add my godfather as a friend. Lu Kong was full of black lines. This tiger bastard is not only shameless, but also a sticky candy. He won't let go once he sticks to him, right? But Lu Kong was still a little confused. How did you know I would appear here? Lin Yingying puffed out her chest and smiled proudly. I am Lin Yingying, who is very smart. Last time I saw a white light appear in the square, and then you, Godfather, came out, and I thought you must have used some props. And didn't you say you would come back to sell equipment? I thought you would definitely come back with props, so I waited here. Lu Kong couldn't help but look at Lin Yingying in surprise. She is really smart. Hee, huh. Such a smart and invincible and cute goddaughter, godfather, don't you really consider having one? As she said, Lin Yingying stared at her innocent big eyes and blinked at Lu Kong. The main point is the word cute. Lin Yingying gave herself 99 points for this performance, and 1 point less was because she was afraid that she would be proud. Now the godfather should not be able to hold on, right? However, Lu Kong had a blank expression on his face. If your eyes are dry, go offline and put some eye drops in. Lin Yingying, her expression froze, and her mind was full of question marks. Is it possible that my godfather can't find a girlfriend? This goddaughter is so cute, can't my godfather see it? Lin Yingying suddenly thought of a serious question. Could it be that my godfather has the legendary face blindness? If that's the case, then wouldn't my invincible cute appearance have no advantage? Lin Yingying seemed to have been hit hard. Seeing Lin Yingying's listless look, Lu Kong was a little confused. What's wrong with you? Lin Yingying glanced at Lu Kong. Godfather, are you sick? Lu Kong, he was full of black lines. You are sick? Lin Yingying was shocked and looked at Lu Kong expectantly. You don't have face blindness. Lu Kong was speechless. I am just an ordinary normal person. How can I have these messed up diseases? Lin Yingying didn't quite believe it. She asked, then do I look good? Lin Yingying even leaned forward to let Lu Kong see more clearly. Lu Kong. Looking at Lin Yingying's face approaching, Lu Kong was shocked, and pressed her head with one hand and pushed her back. Bold monster, actually want to mess with this seat's mind? Looking at Lin Yingying's innocent eyes, Lu Kong's mouth twitched, and then his expression was cold. Why should I answer such a boring question of yours? Lin Yingying's eyes gradually brightened up. She touched her chin and looked thoughtful. Generally, this kind of answer means tacit consent. I understand, godfather, you are really not sick. And godfather should think that this goddaughter is very beautiful. Lin Yingying thought a little complacently. You are sick. Lu Kong was full of black lines, and then said, I will sell equipment this time. Since you scolded me, you will not get it this time. Lin Yingying. The smile on her face gradually disappeared. No, godfather. The miserable voice resounded throughout the square, making all the players look over. Chapter 44. Your man is about to be robbed. You are listening at novelfull.audio. When these players saw that it was Lu Kong, their eyes lit up. The news that Lu Kong was selling green equipment in the square had spread a long time ago. There were a lot more people in the square now than before, and they all planned to try their luck here. Unexpectedly, they actually ran into Lu Kong. The players crowded together and surrounded Lu Kong in the center. Godfather. Godfather, are you selling equipment? Lu Kong nodded. Yes, I'm selling equipment. Let's line up, one by one. Suddenly, a group of players who were going to buy began to line up. Lu Kong took out 10 pieces of green equipment as usual and started selling them. Lin Yingying looked at others buying the equipment one by one with a painful face, and her heart was broken. Woo woo woo. My equipment. Godfather is so bad. She was about to cry. Soon, all the green equipment was bought. Lu Kong glanced at the distraught Lin Yingying and said with a smile, how is it? Don't wait for me next time. If you buy the equipment directly, you will get it, right? Lin Yingying came back to her senses, put her hands on her hips, and immediately retorted, impossible. I, Lin Yingying, keep my word and must add my adoptive father as a friend. I am the adopted daughter of destiny. Lu Kong was full of black lines. Where does destiny come from? Lin Yingying said happily, I named myself. Lu Kong, 6, you are the most shameless, Lin Yingying. Hee, how can I be so good? Lin Yingying's expression became even happier. Lu Kong, the corner of his mouth twitched, I am not praising you. Lin Yingying didn't listen either. Anyway, she was thick-skinned. Just then, Lu Chang and Wang Bing came over. Godfather. You came so fast. Wang Bing waved his hand and trotted closer. Lu Kong smiled and nodded. I used the scroll to return to the city, which is sold in the village. Awesome, I know that thing, it's very expensive. It seems to be dozens of silver. I can't bear to buy it. Wang Bing grinned. Lu Chang also nodded. It's really expensive, to be honest. I can buy a green equipment. If it were in reality, dozens of silver would only be equivalent to a few thousand yuan. In order to save dozens of minutes, Lu Chang would definitely spend it without blinking, but this is in the game. Although the trading platform can trade gold coins are sold by players and the quantity is limited. It's not that you can buy it if you have money. Even Lu Chang has to save money. In order to save these 20 minutes, spending dozens of silver is not worth it in Lu Chang's opinion. At this time, Wang Bing saw Lin Yingying, who looked well behaved, and showed a hint of surprise. Fuck, Godfather, this is my godmother. My godmother is so pretty. Lu Chang also found Lin Yingying beside Lu Kong at this time. His heart skipped a beat. Damn, my good son-in-law actually has another woman. Then wouldn't I, the old father-in-law, be laid off soon? My dear daughter, you have been poached. Lu Chang looked at Lin Yingying with a heavy heart. It must be said that even Lu Chang thought that this girl was pretty, only a little worse than his two precious daughters, especially the well-behaved and sensible look. Lu Chang thought Lu Kong must like her. This also made Lu Chang's heart sink even more. He had just started to be a wingman for his precious daughter, but he was snatched away so quickly. Lu Chang couldn't laugh. Lu Kong heard Wang Bing's words and said speechlessly, Brother Wang, stop making trouble, I don't know her well. Hearing this, Lu Chang's eyes lit up. It felt like the originally dark sky was filled with light. Not familiar. Not familiar is good. However, Lin Yingying's words made Lu Chang's heart fall from heaven to earth again. Adoptive father, I am your adopted daughter of destiny. Wang Bing. Wang Bing looked at Lu Kong in shock. He didn't expect that his adoptive father, who looked handsome, would be so good at playing. He thought of Jiang Su and his own team again. I didn't expect that the beauty trap would fail on the second day after it was implemented. However, Wang Bing suddenly thought of something and looked at Lu Chang next to him, and he was immediately happy. See if this old guy still has the nerve to call himself the old father-in-law in the future. I didn't expect it, ha ha ha. Your two daughters haven't even started yet, and they have been snatched away. Wang Bing wanted to dance to celebrate. Lu Kong glared at Lin Yingying. You won't get the equipment next time. Lin Yingying. She looked incredulous. Ah. So soon, that's so soon. Is this the surprising point? Did this guy think that he still wouldn't have a chance next time? Lu Kong was also shocked. He didn't expect that this guy had a clear understanding of his position. Lin Yingying looked like she would rather die than surrender. Even so, I am still the daughter of destiny. Green equipment can't make me surrender. Lu Kong, should I still say that you are upright and full of integrity? Lin Yingying smiled proudly. Hee, if you say so, it's okay. Lu Kong. 6. Lu Chang had met too many people beside him. He looked at Lin Yingying and Lu Kong and always felt that the relationship between the two was not right. His heart, which was originally filled with haze, gradually began to see the sun. This girl, it seems that she is really not Lu Kong's girlfriend. Lu Chang was relieved immediately, but he also had a sense of crisis. With the appearance and strength of a good son-in-law, these girls are too attractive. It's a bit dangerous to go on like this. But now his two daughters are not in Inua village, and he can't let them communicate more with Lu Kong. This makes Lu Chang a little depressed. After thinking about it, Lu Chang sent a message in the family's small chat group. Dear daughters. Your men are going to be robbed. There was a reply in the chat room soon. Lu Yuqing. What? Which vixen dares to rob my sister's man? I will tear her apart. Lu Yuqing. Lu Yuqing. Do you want to die? Lu Yuqing. Sister, now is not the time for infighting. My brother-in-law is going to be robbed. Lu Yuqing. It should be my brother-in-law. Dad, Lu Kong has a girlfriend. On the other side, Lu Yuqing and Lu Yuqing were looking at the chat room. Although they had never seen Lu Kong, Lu Chang spoke well of Lu Kong to them from time to time, and Lu Kong's exaggerated performance. Both of them were a little curious about Lu Kong. They had already decided that after leaving the novice village, they would listen to Lu Chang and meet Lu Kong and make friends. But they didn't expect to hear such news today. The two looked at each other. As twin sisters, they both felt that the other was a little unhappy. Lu Yuqing, sister. You still say that you don't have any thoughts about Lu Kong? I can see that you are unhappy. Lu Yuqing smiled slightly. Because Lu Kong is my brother-in-law, I certainly don't want him to be taken away by others. Lu Yuqing snorted and looked at Lu Yuqing. Hee, woman, your name is Duplicity. Lu Yuqing. A question mark slowly emerged in her mind. Where did you learn these messy words? Hee, there is this in the idol drama I watched before. Lu Yuqing said, sister, let's not argue about this for now, listen to what the old man says. Lu Yuqing nodded. The two looked at the chat group. However, Lu Yuqing and Lu Yuqing were dumbfounded that Lu Chang didn't say anything afterwards. Lu Yuqing's eyes widened. What does the old man mean by this? Are you trying to whet our appetite? Lu Yuqing thought for a moment. Maybe he's busy. Chapter 45 Huge Harvest, The Last Castle. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lu Chang is indeed busy. Lu Kong has lost his temper with Lin Yingying's shamelessness. He doesn't even bother to pay attention to this fierce woman, and trades directly with Wang Bing and Lu Chang. The skill book Cold Wind Shock is traded for 600 gold, and the formula is 1,400 gold plus 10% profit, not to mention the profit sharing. The gold coins alone are already 2,000 gold. This is a full 20 million yuan. Adding yesterday's income, not long after the second day of the game started, Lu Kong actually made more than 20 million. Lu Kong feels a bit like he is dreaming at this speed of making money. However, Lu Kong himself understands that the most important reason for making this money is because of his soul talent. The drop rate of green equipment is so low that ordinary people can laugh if they can drop one after killing hundreds or even thousands of elite monsters, but for Lu Kong, it is a must-drop. As for the boss, Lu Kong used his own accumulated strength little by little to solo in a way that ordinary players can hardly imagine. The things dropped by the boss also have a very low drop rate, so they are naturally extremely precious. Although it seems that Lu Kong has earned more than 20 million in more than a day, it seems like a fantasy, but in fact, it is reasonable. Lu Kong is in a very happy mood now. With this money, the debt owed by his parents can be paid off. After that, his mother can relax. In addition to these two blue equipment, Lu Kong also traded the remaining green equipment to Lu Chang and Wang Bing. He got dozens of gold again. However, Lu Kong, who had just received 2,000 gold, now saw dozens of gold, and his heart was no longer volatile. Lu Chang and Wang Bing said goodbye to Lu Kong in a hurry because they had to deal with the skill books and formulas they had obtained. Lu Kong smiled as he watched the two leave. Since his parents' company went bankrupt, the mountain that had been pressing on Lu Kong's heart was finally removed. Lin Yingying, who was standing next to him, saw Lu Kong's relaxed smile and blinked. Godfather, you seem very happy. Lu Kong was startled and looked at Lin Yingying. You haven't left yet. Because of his good mood, Lu Kong didn't have such a headache when he saw Lin Yingying's appearance. Lin Yingying crossed his arms and smiled proudly. Of course, I'm waiting for Godfather to add me as a friend. Lu Kong. Okay, my head is still aching. Lu Kong rolled his eyes. Then you continue to wait. Don't, Godfather, you are so happy today, shouldn't we celebrate? Lu Kong looked at Lin Yingying with a squint. The way to celebrate is to add friends. Lin Yingying gave Lu Kong a thumbs up. You are worthy of being my godfather. You are even smarter than me. Go, go, go. I'm going to kill monsters. Lu Kong summoned the demonized wolf and rode on it. Oh. Lin Yingying lowered her head pitifully and responded with disappointment. She dragged her feet and squatted slowly beside her. Then I'll wait for my godfather to come next time. Lu Kong. He saw Lin Yingying's aggrieved look, and his head was very big. Damn, this guy is really a sticky candy. Well, maybe because the debt that has troubled him for several years has disappeared, Lu Kong is in a good mood. Seeing Lin Yingying's pitiful look, he softened his heart a little. Lu Kong sighed. Okay, I'll add you as my friend. Lin Yingying looked up, staring at Lu Kong with innocent eyes, pitifully. "Godfather, are you kidding me? You're not lying to me." Lu Kong was full of black lines. "What do you have that's worth my lying?" Lin Yingying thought for a while and tried, "Beauty." Lu Kong. "Forget it, don't add me. Godfather, I was wrong. I'm more like coveting your beauty." Lu Kong had a blank expression. "Don't covet, I'm the man you can't get." Hey. In the end, Lu Kong still chose to add Lin Yingying. As soon as he added her, Lin Yingying jumped up happily. "Ha ha 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 ha. This girl knew it. I'm the adopted daughter of destiny." Seeing Lin Yingying's happy look, Lu Kong was a little dumbfounded. Wasn't this guy very sad just now? He was silent for a moment. "Were you pretending just now?" Lin Yingying was stunned and her eyes widened. She was so proud too quickly. She sighed. "No, I was very sad just now, but I just added my godfather's contact information, and my sadness disappeared immediately." Lu Kong looked at Lin Yingying suspiciously, not knowing whether what she said was true or not, but with the character of this shameless guy, it is likely that he was acting just now. "It doesn't matter, anyway, I am happy today, so I just added it. I'm going to level up." Lu Kong said no more and waved his hand. "Goodbye, Godfather. Godfather is invincible. Godfather is awesome." Lin Yingying flattered Lu Kong in various ways and waved to him repeatedly. Next, Lu Kong continued to spawn monsters in the Little Devil camp. Because the Little Devil will not refresh, Lu Kong has saved a lot of trouble. He has now entered the central area of the Little Devil camp. In this area, there are fortresses everywhere, and all the fortresses are surrounded by the most central castle. Lu Kong thought about it and knew that the castle should be the biggest boss of the Little Devil camp. In this area, the number of Little Devils has also increased a lot. Originally, the Little Devils were in a team of 3, but here, they have reached a team of 7, and each team has an Imp Warrior, Imp Shooter, Imp Assassin, Imp Mage and Imp Shaman. It can be said that this is a complete all-around team composed of elite monsters. This kind of team cooperation is certainly not comparable to the original 3 Imp team. Imp Shaman also has the skill of adding blood, which is more troublesome to fight. Fortunately, Lu Kong's current strength is far from what it was when he first entered the Imp camp. Even if he faces 7 elite Imps at a time, Lu Kong can still beat them easily, killing Imps all the way. Lu Kong was promoted to level 7 soon. His attributes were also improved again, and he got 2 free attribute points, which Lu Kong added all to endurance. As a player, his blood is too thin, and the final boss should be very fierce. Lu Kong is a little afraid of being killed instantly. During this period, Lu Kong killed more than 300 imps and obtained a large number of excellent level healing potions, various scrolls and various green equipment. There is even an imp drop rate list with excellent level blue equipment. This was the first time Lu Kong saw a blue item in the drop list of an elite monster. He had killed nearly 1,000 elite demons. You can imagine how low the probability is, and this blue fine equipment happened to be available to Lu Kong now. It was a very rare ring. Each player can equip 2 rings, a necklace, and 2 accessories. Lu Kong had never seen these things except for 1 ring in the drop rate list of Ice Hand. Unexpectedly, he actually encountered it on a monster, and it was blue. Demon's Bone Ring, fine, strength +6, stamina +6, required level, 7. Drop rate, 0.000022%. An excellent ring adds 12 attributes, which is almost the attribute of a player's level up twice. It's almost catching up with Lu Kong's legendary sword. It just doesn't have the special effects of legendary equipment. Even so, it's still very strong. Lu Kong naturally chose the drop, and now it's equipped. In addition to the equipment, Lu Kong obtained 22 tiny attribute stones and 4 tiny skill stones. Lu Kong has used all the attribute stones, which is equivalent to 22 more attribute points. In addition to Lu Kong's fighting spirit skill, the combat status can be improved by 50%, which is another 11 attribute points. It is equivalent to Lu Kong gaining 33 attribute points out of thin air. So happy, even if players below level 10 wear equipment, it is estimated that few can compare with his basic attributes. As for the skill stones, Lu Kong also used them all. Lu Kong originally wanted to use all of them on sweeping, but after sweeping was upgraded to level 4, he had to use primary skill stones to upgrade. Lu Kong could only add the rest to heavy attack. which also upgraded heavy attack to level 4. Now, Lu Kong's skill damage increase is much stronger than before. This is a real increase in combat power. After several hours of monster hunting, Lu Kong finally came to the final castle. He took a look at the huge castle, took a deep breath, and walked in. Chapter 46, Excellent Suit. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The castle has 3 floors. The first floor is a hall. There are 2 staircases on both sides of the hall, leading to the second floor. In the center of the hall, there are 5 little demons. The little demon standing in the center is the tallest, 1.7 meters tall. He is wearing black armor and carrying a black battle axe on his back. On both sides of this little demon, there are 4 little demon shamans. Lu Kong's detection technique was thrown directly over. Gu, leader, level, 7. Life, 6000. Attack, 95. Introduction. The captain of the guard of the little demon camp. Lu Kong couldn't help but raise his eyebrows. This castle has 3 floors. And I didn't expect that there is a leader on the first floor. There won't be a leader on all 3 floors. Right? When he thought of this, Lu Kong became excited. The leader represents excellent equipment and items, represents strength and money. Lu Kong clicked on Gu Ji's drop list. The first one is a black and blue battle axe. Unfortunately, the weapon in Lu Kong's hand is much stronger than the excellent level weapon. If there is no flaming sword, Lu Kong will definitely choose it. The second is the primary skill stone. This is a must-choose. The following are primary attribute stones, excellent equipment, excellent level healing potions and other items. The excellent equipment among them surprised Lu Kong. Little Devil Fine. Breastplate, excellent, male, defense plus 177, strength plus 6, stamina plus 6, required level, 7. Little Devil Set, 2/4 reduce 8 points of damage. Little Devil Set, April 4th increase 12% damage, drop rate, 0.087%. Excellent level male armor set. An upgraded version of the Little Devil Set. In addition to the great sword in his hand, Lu Kong now has an excellent level ring, and all other equipment is green. In fact, Gu Ning and Bing Shou also had excellent equipment suitable for him before, but the value of other things was too high. Lu Kong had no choice but to choose something with higher value. But what about this Gu Gu? You say he is poor. He doesn't have any precious recipes or skill books, but he has the most suitable male armor for Lu Kong. Lu Kong was of course very satisfied. He directly chose 2 pieces of the Little Devil's Fine Work set, including the previous chest armor. There is also a Little Devil's Fine Works leggings. In fact, there are other male armor parts in the drop list, but Lu Kong can only choose 3. The primary skill stone must be required, and only 2 can be selected. However, these 2 pieces can make up one of the set effects, which is not bad. Lu Kong is still satisfied. After that, Lu Kong chose the Little Devil Shaman's drop, and then rushed up directly. Compared with Ice Hand, Gu Gu is easier to fight. After all, Gu Gu is a melee warrior profession. Although Gu Ji's defense ability is much stronger than Ice Hand, Lu Kong can only hit about 60 points of blood with one attack, and Gu Ji's attack is also not low, and his blood volume is 2000 higher than Ice Hand. However, Lu Kong gave him a weakness scroll, and walking him was no different from walking a dog. The only trouble was that 4 shamans were adding blood to him, but this little trouble certainly didn't bother Lu Kong. Lu Kong pulled Gu Gu away a little, and then ran to kill the little demon shaman first. Although the 4 little demon shamans adding blood together was really powerful, but Lu Kong holding the flaming sword was even more powerful. Even if the 4 little demon shamans added blood together, they couldn't add enough blood. When Lu Kong killed all 4 little demon shamans, the remaining Gu Gu was angry, but he also became meat on the chopping board. He was killed by Lu Kong using the weakness scroll. During this period, Gu Gu also had a whirlwind slash skill, but because of his slow speed, he couldn't catch up with Lu Kong at all. The whirlwind slash was lonely, which was hilarious. As Lu Kong's last sweep fell, Gu Gu screamed and fell heavily to the ground. 3 blue light balls floated out of his body. The entire boss battle lasted only less than 2 minutes, and Lu Kong didn't even break a sweat. After picking up the things, Lu Kong used the equipment directly. His attributes suddenly increased significantly. Moreover, the effect of the suit reduced the damage received by 8 points, so that elite monsters didn't lose much blood. As for the skill stone, Lu Kong of course used it on the fighting spirit, raising the fighting spirit to level 6. the increase brought by the level 6 fighting spirit was not beyond Lu Kong's expectations, 60%. Another big improvement, Lu Kong was very happy. After packing up, Lu Kong went to the second floor along the side stairs. At the end of the stairs, there was a corridor, there were rooms on both sides of the corridor, and at the end was a black iron door. Lu Kong walked along the corridor. He found that there were 6 or 7 little demons in each room. Lu Kong would certainly not let them go, and rushed up to fight. Lu Kong found that the level 7 little demon elite could only cause him 2 points of damage at most. There were even many times when he couldn't break the defense. This is the charm of the excellent level suit, of course. Lu Kong's own super high attributes and the increase in fighting spirit also play a crucial role in this. Other players do not have such strong attributes as Lu Kong. Even if they have the same equipment, it is impossible for them to prevent the elite monster from breaking through the defense. Lu Kong sighed in his heart, wondering if the boss below has the same finely crafted mail armor. If he could gather the effects of another set and increase the damage by 12%, he would be truly invincible. After cleaning up the rooms on both sides, Lu Kong finally came to the black iron gate at the end of the corridor. Lu Kong put his hand on the black iron gate and quickly took it back. The Universe Online game is different from the normal game. In the normal game, the monster's alert range is very close. Even if there is a powerful boss in this black iron gate, he will probably not even look at him if he pushes the door open. But the Universe game is different. If the door is pushed open, the movement will definitely attract attention. This means that the battle will start directly, and Lu Kong doesn't know what the monster inside is yet. He must fight, and what he needs to do is to be prepared. Lu Kong first used the strength and endurance scrolls to restore his blood volume, and then took a deep breath and pushed the door open. The sound of clicking sounded as the black iron door opened. Lu Kong saw the situation in the room. It was a room of about 100 square meters, with many animal heads hanging on the walls as decoration. At the end of the room, there was a wooden table, on which were many documents made of parchment. Behind the wooden table, a little devil was staring at Lu Kong. He held a longbow in his hand, and the bow and arrow were already on the string. Swish! The longbow whistled, with a sharp sound of breaking through the air, and shot at Lu Kong. Lu Kong had no time to dodge, and was shot in the chest by an arrow. 81. Lu Kong looked at the damage and raised his eyebrows. Can you still accept it? Since it is a long-range profession, there is no need to think too much. Of course, it is to get cover. Lu Kong hid directly behind the black iron door that had not been fully opened. This is a ready-made cover. Then Lu Kong heard footsteps. When the footsteps approached, Lu Kong raised the corner of his mouth, with a hint of smile, rushed out and attacked with a normal attack, heavy attack and sweep 3 times. Just when Lu Kong was about to continue to block the cover, he found that the little devil was holding 2 short swords and slashed at Lu Kong. 34. -32. Lu Kong thought. He widened his eyes, looking shocked. Both long-range and melee combat are possible. Lu Kong was a little confused for a moment. The 3 bosses he had fought before were either melee combat, in which he kite by recovering blood, or long-range combat, in which he killed by blocking the field of vision. Now he encountered a boss that can be used for both long-range and melee combat. How to fight. Chapter 47 Hide and Seek. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lu Kong didn't have time to think about it, so he threw a weakness scroll to slow down. He dodged the attack while casting the detection spell. Ackland, leader, level 7. Life, 5000. Attack, 95. Introduction, deputy commander of the Little Devil Camp and also the scout captain. This guy's attack strength is the same as the previous Goo Goo. Fortunately, he just got the 2-piece Little Devil Seiko suit. Otherwise, the attack damage would be higher. But even so, Lu Kong is still under great pressure now. He can use a high-quality healing potion once every 30 seconds, restoring 120 points at a time, plus the primary regeneration, which restores 180 points of life in 30 seconds. Added together, Lu Kong can restore a total of 300 points of life in 30 seconds, and if Lu Kong can't avoid Ackland's attack, the damage he receives will far exceed 300 points, and he can't recover at all. The only thing Lu Kong can do now is to block or dodge more of Ackland's attacks. This way he can hold on longer. Lu Kong had previously relied on his own attributes and equipment to withstand the attacks, and then took advantage of the weaknesses to kill the boss. now he can only rely on his own strength. He took a deep breath and became very focused. He didn't talk about his own counterattacks, but mainly dodged Ackland's attacks. Fortunately, Ackland was slowed down. Although his attack speed did not decrease, his offensive would still be affected. This also gave Lu Kang a better chance to dodge and resist, but as long as Lu Kang was farther away, Ackland would put away the long sword in his hand and take out the longbow to shoot. This resulted in Lu Kang only being able to dodge at close range. Ackland's attributes were obviously higher than his, and his movements were extremely fast. Even though he had tried his best to dodge, he still couldn't dodge all the attacks. Seeing his blood volume decreasing little by little, Lu Kang felt heavier in his heart. Could his virginity be here? He looked around, trying to find a way to break the deadlock. As Lu Kang's eyes swept through the rooms in the corridor, he was shocked and suddenly had a bold idea. Lu Kang resisted Ackland's attack while moving to the room on the left. When he and Ackland entered the room, Lu Kang rushed out of the room and rushed to the small room on the right farthest from this room. The corridor was not long, and Lu Kang quickly rushed to the door of the room. At this time, he saw Ackland had walked out of the room. He took out the longbow and shot an arrow at Lu Kang. Lu Kang dodged and entered the room. The arrow whizzed and stuck into the wall on one side of the room, and the tail of the arrow was still vibrating. Lu Kang breathed a sigh of relief. Now he has a few seconds of breathing time. During this time, Lu Kang can restore blood volume through primary regeneration, and at the same time wait for the cooling time of the apprentice treatment potion to end. He looked up and glanced outside the door, then Lu Kang saw Ackland trotting over. However, because he still had the slowing effect of the weakness scroll on him, his speed was much slower than Lu Kang's. 3 seconds. It takes about 3 seconds to run from the innermost room to here. In these 3 seconds, Lu Kang can recover 18 health points, and the cooling time of the healing potion will also pass for 3 seconds. No. Lu Kang suddenly thought of his mistake just now. There are a total of 12 rooms in the corridor of this room. If Lu Kang has found another room to hide before Ackland has not walked out of the room, then, does Ackland have to look for him room by room? As long as he doesn't find Lu Kang will have time to recover. Thinking of this, Lu Kang's eyes became brighter and brighter. He already knew how to defeat this boss. At this moment, Ackland had already rushed into the room. He looked angry. Little mouse, the game is over. That because the small room was not big, Ackland could not use a bow and arrow, so he could only rush over waving his double swords. Lu Kang backhanded Ackland with a 3-combo attack, heavy attack and sweep. -101. -149. -201. 3 attacks caused a total of 450 damage. With Ackland's health, only 13 attacks are needed to kill him. However, the sweep has a 10-second cooldown, so it must take longer. Even so, the total time is only 2 minutes at most. As long as Lu Kang can hold on for this time, he can win. After the attack, Lu Kang dodged again. When Ackland was led to the depths of the room, Lu Kang ran out of the room. This time Lu Kang did not pursue the distance completely, but just ran out of the 3 rooms and entered one of the side rooms. Before entering, Lu Kang turned his head to look at the door of the room where Ackland was, and found that he had not come out yet. Lu Kang breathed a sigh of relief. After a breath, Ackland's angry voice sounded, "Little mouse. Where are you?" Then Lu Kang heard the footsteps of Ackland walking into the rooms. He grinned and glanced at his health, which was slowly recovering. Because he had been using attribute stones during this period, there were quite a few endurance attribute stones. Lu Kang's basic endurance had reached 26 points at this moment, plus the attribute bonus brought by the equipment. Lu Kang's attributes are as many as 53 points, coupled with the 60% increase in fighting spirit. Lu Kang's health has reached more than 800 at this moment. In the previous battle, Lu Kang's health was consumed by more than half, and now he still has more than 300. He planned to fight slowly, so as not to fight too fast, and Ackland would use skills. If Ackland's skills are extremely powerful, this amount of health is not enough. After about 10 seconds, Lu Kang saw Ackland walk to the door of the room where he was, and saw Lu Kang hiding behind the door of the room. Ackland immediately showed a grim smile. He little mouse, I found you." That he rushed towards Lu Kang with a long sword. Lu Kang casually used a shield scroll on himself, and then gave him a normal attack and a heavy blow. After that, Lu Kong rushed out of the room and continued to play hide-and-seek. Soon, Lu Kong heard Ackland's angry roar again. After finding a way, the next thing was simple. Lu Kong's originally heavy mood also recovered. He then remembered that he didn't seem to have time to choose the dropped items. So, when Ackland found Lu Kong again, Lu Kong pointed out his drop list. Then Lu Kong's face fell. This guy is really poor. The best thing is only a primary skill stone, and then there are excellent equipment and items, including longbow, short sword, and little devil exquisite suit, etc. However, this exquisite suit is leather armor, which makes Lu Kong very uncomfortable. Fortunately, Lu Kong found a ring, vicious ring, excellent, stamina +6, attack has a certain chance to poison the target, causing 30 points of poison damage. Required level, 7. Drop rate, 0.085%. This ring that increases stamina and damage is also very useful for him. Lu Kong thought about it and finally chose an excellent longbow, plus the primary skill stone and this vicious ring. After choosing, Lu Kong continued to play hide-and-seek with Ackland, and his health is recovering little by little because of the shield. On the contrary, Ackland's health is declining rapidly. When Ackland's health is only half, he finally uses the skill, a layer of green light appeared on his double swords, and he slashed Lu Kong's body, which actually poisoned Lu Kong, and the poison is very strong, losing 30 points of blood per second for 10 seconds, directly 300 points of health. Fortunately, Lu Kong's health is quite high now, so he can still hold on. When Ackland only had the last 500 blood, he was completely crazy and his attack speed increased significantly. In just 1 second, he dealt 6 damages, which scared Lu Kong. Fortunately, Lu Kong didn't fight him head-on, otherwise he couldn't resist such an attack at all. He just needed to continue playing hide-and-seek. Finally, with a normal attack, Lu Kong killed Ackland. Chapter 48, Legendary Equipment Again. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lu Kong exhaled and smiled. At first he thought he was going to die. Fortunately, the environment here is more suitable for fighting this boss, otherwise he really feels that he may not be able to defeat it. After picking up the things, Lu Kong equipped the vicious ring. In this way, Lu Kong had 2 rings, then he used the primary skill stone to increase his fighting spirit level. The fighting spirit reaches level 7, and the attribute increase reaches 70%, coupled with the equipment he changed into. Lu Kong's blood volume exceeded 900 points. It shouldn't take long to break through 1,000, he was only at level 7, and his blood volume was about to exceed 1,000. Are you letting others play with this? Not balanced at all. Oh, he is the one who is unbalanced. That's okay. Lu Kong planned to sell the last fine longbow and put it away first. After resting for a while, Lu Kong walked into Ackland's room. He discovered that there was a path leading upstairs on the wall behind the wooden table. When walking past the wooden table, Lu Kong glanced at the parchment curiously. This sight made Lu Kong's eyes widen. These parchments are actually filled with information about Silver Moon Village. Lu Kong walked over and picked up the pieces of parchment. It contains a map near Silver Moon Village, as well as information about the distribution of surrounding monsters, etc. Lu Kong frowned. He remembered what the old village chief said when he first accepted this task. The old village chief said that the little devil planned to destroy Silver Moon Village. Lu Kong had no real sense before, but now after seeing these detailed information about Silver Moon Village, Lu Kong felt anxious. The little devil camp actually knew all the information about Silver Moon Village. If they really launch an attack, they might actually succeed. Lu Kong thought for a moment and put away the parchments. Although I don't know if there is a backup, what I have now must not be left to the little devil. Lu Kong looked around the room again to see if there was anything new and useful. Soon, Lu Kong's eyes lit up. He actually saw a wooden treasure box in the corner. There are obviously not many treasure chests in the game, and Lu Kong has only encountered 2 so far. This treasure chest looks a bit more luxurious than the one I encountered last time. Lu Kong clicked on the drop rate list and found that the highest level items were actually excellent level items. He was immediately happy. There were many items inside, but Lu Kong could only choose 3. In the end, Lu Kong chose the primary skill stone and a pair of male boots. Devil iron shoes, excellent, strength +5, stamina +6, requirement level, 7. Drop rate, 0.003%. The last thing he had was a little devil's finely crafted robe that he couldn't use. These 3 things have the highest value. Lu Kong directly put on the devil's iron shoes. And Lu Kong planned to use the skill stone for fighting spirit. However, what Lu Kong didn't expect was that after his fighting spirit was raised to level 7, he would need to use higher level skill stones to continue improving. Lu Kong had no choice but to use the primary skill stone on primary regeneration, raising the primary regeneration to level 7 and restoring 7 points of life per second. It's not bad at all. It can restore 210 points of life in 30 seconds, which is much better than high-quality trainee treatment potions. After finishing cleaning up, Lu Kong walked upstairs. When he reached the stairs, Lu Kong poked his head and saw a huge room on the 3rd floor. The interior of the room was a little dark, with a fire burning in the center, and the light and darkness alternated between the dances of the fire. In the deepest part of the room, there was a burly figure wearing black armor sitting on a stone chair. Obviously, this should be the final boss. Lu Kong quietly used a probing technique to pass over. Mtlnovel, high-level boss, level 7. Life, 10,000. Attack, 130. Introduction, the commander of the Little Devil's camp, responsible for collecting intelligence about Silver Moon Village for the Little Devil's Nest. Hiss. Lu Kong took a deep breath, almost sucking all the air around him dry. 10,000 HP, 130 attack. What kind of fairy is this? Everyone in Lu Kong was dumbfounded. This was so much better than the previous bosses. Moreover, this guy's rank is not a boss, but a high-level boss. This should be a monster level that is stronger than the boss, but not higher than the boss. Lu Kong felt a little guilty. I wonder if I can beat this thing. But look at this Mtlnovel wearing full body armor with a big sword beside it. It should be a melee profession, right? He looked at his 995 health points, coupled with the high amount of armor, and thought for a moment, maybe there was hope. You have to give it a try, it only takes an hour to die. One word, do it. Lu Kong refreshed himself the endurance scroll and strength scroll, and then opened Mtlnovel's drop list. The purple light at the top almost blinded Lu Kong's eyes. Another legendary equipment. Bloodthirsty necklace, legendary, strength plus 12, endurance plus 8, 10% physical blood sucking, required level, 7. Drop rate, 0.000012%. Well, Lu Kong almost jumped up without stopping. It turned out to be blood sucking equipment. Lu Kong's attack is so strong. If he has this equipment, he can almost stand and shoot when fighting some weaker boss monsters. And this equipment also adds a full 20 points of attributes, plus his fighting spirit increase. It is 34 points. You can imagine how much this equipment improves Lu Kong. It is worthy of being a legendary equipment. Lu Kong's heart beat violently, and his eyes were almost red. This equipment must be obtained. Lu Kong looked at the list below again. Soon, Lu Kong was excited again. Great Sword Mastery, Level 1. After learning, you can use the Great Sword more skillfully, and when you use the Great Sword as a weapon, the damage caused will increase by 10%. Learning conditions, Warrior Profession, Skills. And it is a skill that suits him very well. No need to think about it, this must be selected. The third one is a letter, Magran's letter. This is the letter received by Magran, which contains the news that the Little Devil attacked Silver Moon Village. Drop rate, 30.4%. The drop rate of this thing is very high. However, Lu Kong still planned to choose this thing. This thing is obviously related to the task, and it would be ridiculous not to choose it. After choosing the drop, Lu Kong confirmed his own status again. After confirming that there was no problem, Lu Kong rushed into the room. Magran, who was dozing on the stone chair, heard the noise and woke up. He saw Lu Kong rushing up with a big sword in his hand, and he was furious. Invader! How did you get here? Where are my loyal subordinates? Hearing this, Lu Kong showed a grim smile, like an evil villain. Your subordinates are dead now, I will send you to see them immediately. Magran's face became even more angry. You are looking for death. He picked up the big sword leaning on the stone chair and rushed towards Lu Kong. Lu Kong was about to rush up, and then he saw that Magran's big sword was burning with flames. He seemed to be holding a ball of fire. Lu Kong's eyes widened. What kind of skill is this? Fortunately, this skill should not be long range, and Mtlnovel still rushed towards Lu Kong. Lu Kang gave a weakness scroll first. Ding, the target's level is too high, the scroll duration is reduced to 20 seconds, and the movement speed reduction effect is reduced to 30%. Chapter 49 Another System Announcement. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After hearing the system's prompt, Lu Kang was stunned, and his face changed slightly. It seems that the level of the high-level boss is about to exceed the range of the weakness scroll. Lu Kang was a little relieved. Fortunately, it has not completely exceeded it. He has always relied on the weakness scroll to kill the boss monster. If it fails now, he can't fight against Magran at all, and can only wait to die. Although the effect is a little worse now, it is not completely impossible to fight. Lu Kang can feel that Magran's speed has obviously slowed down a lot after being weakened. Such a speed can't catch up with Lu Kang at all. Lu Kang stepped forward, hit hard, and hit 3 consecutive attacks with normal attacks and sweeps. 72. -47. -99. Seeing this damage, Lu Kang felt a little bit of a toothache. It is worthy of being a high-level boss, and it is also a warrior profession wearing chain mail. This is too meaty, right? His 3 consecutive attacks have never dealt such low damage until now. At this moment, Maglan was already swinging a flaming sword and slashing towards Lu Kang. The flames danced in the air at an extremely fast speed, leaving a gorgeous stream of flames. Lu Kang only felt a flash of red light, and before he could even take any action, he felt severe pain. 180. -120. 2 high damages floated from Lu Kang's head, making Lu Kang's scalp numb. One was the physical damage caused by the sword, and the other was the burning damage caused by the flames. Adding the 2 damages together, 1/3 of Lu Kang's blood was gone in an instant. This is comparable to the skill damage of other bosses, right? Is it so outrageous? Lu Kang soon thought that the effect of the flames burning on the sword might also be a skill. However, this might be a continuous skill. Doesn't that mean that every attack of Maglan is skill damage? Who can withstand this? Lu Kang felt scared, but he didn't stop moving, and quickly retreated. Magran's attack speed was extremely fast. Even with a heavy weapon like a big sword, the second sword had already slashed towards Lu Kang. The flames passed by Lu Kang's nose, and he could still feel the stinging pain of the flames. 30. Fuck. Lu Kang took a deep breath and quickly used the healing potion. Then, with the help of the primary regeneration of level 7, he began to recover his health. 20 seconds later, Lu Kang used the weakness scroll again to prevent the scroll effect from disappearing. And now, Lu Kang has not yet made a second attack. After waiting for about 30 seconds, Lu Kang's health was restored, and he went up and hit 3 times again. After hitting 3 times, Lu Kang retreated directly. Even so, Lu Kang still suffered an attack and received about 300 damage. Lu Kang roughly calculated, he attacked once every 30 seconds, causing about 220 damage. It takes nearly 50 attacks to kill Magran. This means that 75 scrolls need to be consumed. Lu Kang glanced at his backpack and felt somewhat relieved. He was a person who liked to plan ahead and would prepare for everything. On the way to the castle, Lu Kang encountered various scrolls and collected some, especially the weakness scrolls. Lu Kang still had more than 100 weakness scrolls in his hand. The shield scrolls were also very useful and could save lives at critical moments. Lu Kang also collected more than 50 of them. There were still about 20 strength scrolls and endurance scrolls left. With these scrolls, it was enough to fight a protracted war. In fact, because there were still some shield scrolls on him that could resist 100 points of damage, Lu Kang actually needed to consume fewer weakness scrolls. It was a pity that the shield scroll could only be used once a minute. If it was half a minute, it would be even better. Lu Kang felt a little regretful, but in the next attack, he decisively used the shield scroll to resist 100 points of damage. This would allow Lu Kang to kill Maglan faster. This was a protracted war. When Lu Kang calculated before, he did not take into account the critical damage, nor the fire damage special effects brought by the flaming sword and the poison damage special effects brought by the vicious ring. In actual operation, Lu Kang found that Magran's health dropped faster than he expected. 7 minutes later, Lu Kang reduced Magran's health to about half. At this moment, Magran raised his head and roared. "Coward, why don't you dare to face me?" He stepped on the ground, and suddenly, the whole room trembled. The violent air wave came out from Magran's body and hit Lu Kang heavily. Lu Kang felt a sharp pain all over his body, as if he was hit by a truck. His body flew backwards and hit the wall. 799. Lu Kang looked at the damage above his head, and his heart couldn't help shaking twice. What kind of damage is this? He didn't have time to think about it, endured the pain, got up and ran, because Magran had already rushed over. His movement speed was restored. The skill just now can also eliminate negative effects. Lu Kang put a weakness scroll on Magran again and ran out of Magran's attack range. He was so scared that he broke out in a cold sweat. Just now, his health was only a little over 100. If Magran touched him, he would be dead. Fortunately, he finally escaped. Next, Lu Kang did not rush to attack. It took him more than a minute to restore his health through primary regeneration and healing potions. After his health was restored, Lu Kang attacked again in an orderly manner. This time, in order to prevent being killed instantly, Lu Kang did not even use the shield scroll, and would rather waste more time. And before each attack, he would restore his health to full before taking action. Fortunately, there was no danger. During the battle, Magran did not use the skill again. When Magran's health was reduced to only the last 1,000, his face became very ferocious. Flame! Protect me! He raised his hands, and the raging fire in the center of the room seemed to have its own consciousness. All the flames surged and rushed towards Magran. The flames attached to Magran's body, and he seemed to have an extra flame armor. Lu Kang's eyes widened when he saw this scene. Damn, such a cool skill, why is it not his? However, this skill does not seem to be an attack skill, which makes Lu Kang feel a little relieved. What he feared most was Magran's last wave of skills. If it was too exaggerated, he might be killed instantly. Now he was relieved. Lu Kang continued to attack, and soon he found the effect of this skill. When Lu Kang attacked Magran, in addition to Magran's great sword attack and burning attack, the flame armor would also attack him. And each time, there were 100 points of blood. This means that Lu Kang would lose 400 points of blood every time he attacked. It was so terrifying. Lu Kang was numb. That was him. If it was another player, could anyone really beat this boss? Even if it was level 10 and had better equipment, it might not be possible to beat it, right? Of course, for Lu Kang, although the damage was higher, because there was no burst damage, at most, it only took Lu Kang some more time. In the end, Lu Kang emptied Magran's last trace of blood with one sword. Ah, damn, invader! The Lord will avenge me! Magran screamed unwillingly, and his sturdy body of about 1.8 meters fell heavily to the ground, and 3 balls of light floated out from his body. It was the dropped items. Lu Kang breathed a sigh of relief. It was really exciting. But fortunately, he finally succeeded in killing this guy. At this time, a magnificent voice sounded from the sky. Yuanqing area announcement. Ding, congratulations to player Lu Kang for killing a high-level boss monster for the first time. Reward 100 gold coins, 10 free attribute points, 1 excellent treasure chest, and Dao's city reputation plus 50. Chapter 50. Let him become the prince of the Lionheart Kingdom. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The system announcement lasted 3 times, and all the novice villages in the Yuanqing area fell into silence again. Then all kinds of uproar came from various novice villages. Discussions about land and air came one after another. Barren Empire, Lionheart Kingdom, Calidus Kingdom, Shuiying Kingdom, etc. High-end players in the kingdom stopped fighting monsters one after another at this moment. Although they are not together, the expressions of all high-end players are almost exactly the same. That's disbelief. Adams and his team just killed a level 4 boss with hundreds of players. They haven't been happy for a while yet. As a result, the system prompts the announcement of the killing of high-level bosses by land and air. Hey, is this Daxia guy really fake? Isn't it too outrageous? Yes, there were so many of us, and we only used the human wave tactic to kill a boss, but he was able to kill a high-level boss by himself. How did he do it? Adam's expression was a little solemn, and he clenched the staff in his hand, his palm a little pale. He also couldn't understand how Lu Kang did it. In order to support him, the entire Barren Empire spent almost all high-quality resources on him. He already has most of the green equipment on his body, and coupled with the level suppression, the damage caused by beating the boss is only more than 30 points. If he were allowed to fight the boss alone, he would never think of the possibility of winning. But the dacia man did it. Even though Adams was extremely confident, he felt a little defeated at this moment. In the Lionheart Kingdom area, the eldest princess Alice Christian narrowed her eyes and fell into thought. The princess's maid next to her asked in confusion, "Your Highness, what are you thinking about?" Alice smiled slightly. "I was wondering, after we leave the novice village, can we discuss cooperation with Lu Kong? You are the distinguished eldest princess of the kingdom, so naturally you can discuss cooperation with Lu Kong." The maid said respectfully. Alice chuckled and said, "I think so. So tell me, if I want him to become the prince of the Lionheart Kingdom, will he agree?" That the maid's eyes widened, her expression astonished. "The prince of the kingdom is a title only given to the husband of Her Royal Highness the Princess. This means that Her Royal Highness the Princess wants to marry this dacia man." The maid was a little unimaginable for a moment. Your Highness. Are you kidding me?" Alice narrowed her eyes and shook her head. "Times have changed. Although there is no danger now, when the evil spirit invades, the Lionheart Kingdom will definitely fall into trouble. And as a royal princess, if I can sacrifice, I am willing to sacrifice myself to protect the Lionheart Kingdom." The maid stuttered, but. She didn't know what to say for a moment, and Alice seemed to be explaining to the maid, and as if she was explaining to herself, she said softly, "The game has only started for 2 days, Lu and Kong can kill high-level bosses. You have also seen how powerful the bosses are. The boss must be stronger. The fact that he can kill it alone shows that his strength is not on the same level as ours. With him around, the Lionheart Kingdom should be safe." The maid's eyes turned red, "But this will only offend His Highness." Alice smiled, "Although I am the eldest princess, I am also a woman and I also like strong men. But you don't even know the appearance of that dacia man, nor his character." Alice flipped up her long golden hair, which was like golden sand, and chuckled, "I just said that to make you nervous." "Just kidding." The maid was startled, blinked her eyes, and nodded suddenly, "Oh, you scared me, Your Highness really did." Alice narrowed her eyes and looked at the blue sky, then exhaled and said, "Let's go." "Where are you going, Your Majesty?" "Of course it's about upgrading and becoming stronger. If you don't want to rely on others to protect the Lionheart Kingdom, then you can only rely on your own efforts." The maid's eyes widened and she clenched her fists. "No matter what, I will stay with His Highness until death. Delia, your loyalty is unquestionable." The novice village area of Daxia, in front of Xia Yan, a group of demonized wild wolves were roaring and rushing towards her. Her expression remained unchanged, and with a wave of her staff, endless pale white cold wind roared out and fell on the demonized wild wolf. Hundreds of damage suddenly appeared on the demonized wolves, and at the same time, their speed also slowed down significantly. Xia Yan took a few steps back, waited for the cooling time to end, and continued to use cold wind. Blast. After several times, all the demonized wild wolves fell to the ground wailing. Xia Yan took a breath and found a clean stone to sit down on. Around her were the corpses of demonized wild wolves. She looked at the sky with a complicated expression. "It's you again, Lu Kong." The cold wind blast skill in her hand was sold by Lu Kong at a very low price. All her equipment is also sold by land and air, and the prices are also very low. Not only her, but also many players in the Black Bird Army got almost all the green equipment from Lu Kong. It is precisely because of these green equipment that Black Bird Army players are stronger than ordinary players and have higher upgrade efficiency. Their current levels are also at the top echelon. All this was brought by Lu Kong. Having you here is a blessing for Daxiao. Xia Yan's mood was a little complicated. She could already foresee that when everyone passed the novice period and stepped out of the novice village, all the forces in the entire Yuanqing would probably extend an olive branch to Lu Kong. And by then, would Lu Kong still stay in Daxiao? How could they keep him in Daxiao? Xia Yan's thoughts were flying, like a beautiful statue, sitting in the wilderness full of wolf corpses, forming a wild and weird beautiful picture. After the system announcement, Lu Kong's private chat kept beeping. Lu Kong did not read the private message directly. He first picked up all the things, and then equipped the bloodthirsty necklace. The necklace position that Lu Kong had originally occupied was now full. The attributes were improved by a large margin again. After that, Lu Kong learned the Great Sword Mastery. after learning, Lu Kong suddenly felt that a lot of information had been integrated into his mind. There were some great sword usage skills and one battle after another. This knowledge seemed to be engraved in Lu Kong's genes. Lu Kong was used to this. He had this experience when learning skills. What surprised Lu Kong was that he swung the sword and clearly felt that he was more comfortable with the sword. This feeling was not like a novice who had just started to fight with the sword for less than 2 days, but like a veteran who had practiced the sword for 1 or 2 years. In the future, when fighting monsters, the probability of being evaded and blocked by monsters should also be reduced. He raised the corner of his mouth with a smile. It is indeed a powerful passive skill. Lu Kong clearly felt that his combat ability has improved again. Finally, there was Maglin's letter. Lu Kong opened it and found that the words in the letter were all symbols, which Lu Kong could not understand at all. He was too lazy to think about it. He would give it to the old village chief after returning. He should know something. After that, Lu Kong sat down to rest, opened the chat, and started to check the private messages.